Hi and welcome back to my channel. So continuing the series on this national NC60 special radio from America, this is just a photograph of someone else's one and what it looks like under the chassis. Now I also have here circuit diagram, and here there are, not very clear because this is a copy of a quite low resolution photograph, but there are 3 smoothing capacitors in one can there, and you can see that all the valve heaters are in series. So anyhow, we have a look now at the underneath of mine, and there are the 3 smoothing capacitors in the original ones in this one can here, and comparing that with the photograph we just seen, looking around, then there's these 2 capacitors here, then there's that one there. What is going on? I've no idea. Now I don't remember having looked at it. I think I looked at this thing about 40 years ago. I wouldn't have questioned it really. I didn't have any information on it. I found it didn't work very well. Measured the HT, it was a bit high, and I think I removed some windings from the transformer, got the voltage to what it should be, and it worked much better. But other than that, I've never done anything to it. And to find all these capacitors in here, I think the best thing I'm going to do is to take them all out and just fit 3 new ones, 3 47s, because the originals were 40s. And I've got 47s. They're much higher voltage than they need to be because these are all rated at 150 volts. I think it's quite a low HT when we say in the UK, or B plus, I think we say in the States, but it's quite a low high tension voltage on this, hence those small valves. So that's one thing, all those capacitors. There's no dial light, it's completely absent. Whether it ever had one, I don't know. There seems to be a hole for it there. The other thing is there's no rectifier valve. So somewhere in there will be a diode instead. It looks like there's a resistor there, so I don't know what's been done there. I'm also a bit worried about the fact that the filament of that valve is no longer in circuit. There's a 60 ohm resistor there, so I'm not sure what that's doing. Probably to do with the HT rather than the filaments. These white capacitors, I think, are paper capacitors, and so they should go really. But there's not too many. Remove all these things. I'm sure there'll be quite a bit more space. Now, this is a American radio, and I came to the conclusion it must have come from Bodge City, because everything about it is bodged. I mean, there's a transformer. Now, I know I didn't do anything to correct this 40 years ago. I think all I was trying to do was just get a working shortwave radio up and running, and I didn't really care much, but I didn't pay much for it. I think I got it from a amateur radio rally somewhere. So this was fixed on the side of the case, but the whole thing just comes out complete apart from that. So I may try and look at fixing this to the chassis somehow so that the whole thing comes out together, but it also needs to be properly wired in, and maybe a bit of tag strip or something. So there's going to be quite a lot of work on this one, and it may take me a while. So the videos on this may come in very slowly in drips and drabs, or I may do it quickly. It depends on how I feel. But Yeah, that's the state of play at the moment. All these capacitors, I'm pretty sure they're all in parallel. It looks like they may be. That when it started to buzz, because this was failing, some previous owners just stuck another couple on there, and they're nicely mounted and everything. You know, this is why I wouldn't have thought it wasn't factory. I think it looks quite well done, but I suppose they've been taken out of something else with their clips and then just fitted in here. And then there's this one here. I don't know quite what's hold. Oh, it's got a tag there and it's got two caps this end. So somebody seems to have gone mad about stuffing more and more capacitors into it. So there we go. Anyway, that's the sort of state of play at the moment. The other thing is can't see it really because it's the wrong side from the light, but the speaker is a bit damaged down here. I think that could be insect damage. It's probably not too much. I think it won't really affect the sound much. But the first step I think will be sort out the transformer situation and remove all the electrolytics and just put the three that should be in there in instead. And then once I got it into that sort of state and can power it up, I can see if it will align properly. Because my main concern, I think I mentioned before, is the possibility of the silver mica disease problem that these sometimes get, because other people have had that with these. So, well, that's the state of play for now. So I'll say cheerio for now and catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching and bye.